My phone buzzed late at night, and when I picked it up, my whole world shattered. The screen was filled with pictures, intimate, explicit, undeniable. My husband with another woman. She wasn't just some stranger either. She had the nerve to send them directly to me, like a twisted trophy. My chest tightened, my hands shook, and for a moment, I couldn't breathe. I stared at those images over and over again, each one stabbing me deeper. And then I knew exactly what I had to do. I wasn't just going to sit there and cry. No, I was going to make them both regret ever thinking they could humiliate me like that. I'm Emily, I'm 33 years old, and this is my story. When I married Tom, I thought I had found my forever. We had been together for almost a decade, built a home, shared dreams, and even talked about starting a family soon. I trusted him completely. But looking back now, the warning signs were there. The late nights at the office, the sudden business trips, the way he started guarding his phone like it was filled with government secrets. I wanted to believe him, I really did. But deep down, something inside me already knew. And the night those photos landed in my inbox, my worst fear became my reality. The woman's name was Vanessa. I didn't know her personally at the time, but I would later discover just how close she was to Tom's world. At first, I couldn't understand why she'd send those photos to me. Was she trying to rub it in? Was she hoping I'd crumble and walk away? Or maybe she wanted me to fight for him, to prove I wasn't good enough. Whatever her reason, she made one mistake. She underestimated me. The next morning, I woke up after barely sleeping. My eyes were swollen from crying, but my mind was sharper than ever. I didn't confront Tom right away. Instead, I acted like nothing had happened. I brewed coffee, kissed him on the cheek, and watched as he left for work like the liar he was. He thought he was so clever sneaking around, but I was already planning my next move. I spent the entire day replaying everything in my head. I thought about the times he canceled dinner dates, the nights he claimed he was too tired for me, the sudden change in his cologne. Every little detail made sense now. It wasn't just cheating, it was betrayal. And betrayal has consequences. That evening, I sat on the couch pretending to watch TV, while Tom scrolled through his phone. My stomach churned just looking at him. I wanted to scream, to throw the photos in his face, to ask him how he could do this to me. But instead, I smiled. Because I had a much better idea. I wasn't going to beg him for honesty. I wasn't going to give him the satisfaction of knowing he had broken me. I was going to hit him where it hurt most, his reputation, his career, his carefully built image. By the way, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to know. A few days later, I started digging. Vanessa had sent the photos from a private number, but she wasn't as discreet as she thought. It didn't take long before I found her social media. She was bold, posting little hints about her mystery man. I saw a picture of her at a fancy dinner spot Tom once took me to. Another of her in a car that looked suspiciously like his. My blood boiled, but at the same time, I felt a strange calm. The pieces were falling into place. The shocking part? Vanessa wasn't just some random fling. She worked in Tom's office. She wasn't only his mistress, she was his subordinate. That meant one thing. Tom wasn't just cheating on me. He was risking his career by sleeping with someone under his supervision. And suddenly, I realized exactly how I was going to use this against him. I saved every single photo she sent me. I screenshot her posts, her captions, even the comments she left hinting about late nights with her man. I compiled everything into a neat little folder. And as I stared at it on my laptop screen, my heart raced. It wasn't just evidence of his betrayal. It was ammunition. The question was, when would I strike? And that's when I got the idea. If Tom wanted to humiliate me in private, then I'd make sure his downfall happened in public. The photos weren't going to stay hidden in my phone anymore. Oh no, I had much bigger plans. Once I decided to act, everything moved fast. I didn't lash out at Tom. I didn't confront Vanessa in a text filled with crying emojis. I kept my voice calm. I kept my face steady. I opened my laptop and wrote an email. Not an angry one. A careful one. Formal. Clinical. The kind that got read. The subject line was simple. Confidential. Possible workplace misconduct. I attached the photos. I attached screenshots of Vanessa's posts. I added timestamps, dates, and copies of messages where she hinted about late nights. I even attached a short note explaining how I received the photos. No melodrama, just facts. I addressed it to Tom's boss. The man Tom prided himself on impressing. The man who sat at the head of the table at company dinners. The man who liked to boast about the team spirit at quarterly meetings. Then I CC'd HR. I hit send. My hands trembled a little, but when the whoosh sound confirmed the email was gone, I felt a strange lightness. It was done. I had taken my hurt and turned it into something that couldn't be ignored. Within hours, Tom's phone blew up. Calls. Texts. Please. He tried to play dumb at first. It's private, he said. You have no right. He begged. He offered money. He promised to fix it. I listened to him scramble and felt nothing but cold clarity. This wasn't about revenge for revenge's sake. This was about accountability. He had chosen to risk his career. He had chosen to jeopardize other people's jobs. He had chosen to disrespect me. Work does not like scandals. The company moved quickly. An internal inquiry was opened. Tom's boss called him into a meeting. HR requested documentation. Vanessa tried to claim the photos were staged or consensual, but I had timestamp receipts and her own posts proving otherwise. People in power have reputations to protect. When the facts are stacked against you, those reputations crumble. Tom was suspended pending investigation. Vanessa was placed on leave. Rumors spread through the office like wildfire. By the time the HR team presented the evidence to the executive board, both their careers were hanging by a thread. Tom's defense was weak. He had lied to HR before, about work hours and about expense reports. It looked even worse now that his personal life had spilled into professional territory. I watched it all happen without celebrating. I expected fireworks, but the truth was quieter than that. There was no triumphant march. There was only cold, inevitable consequence. Tom came home one night with his clothes in a bag. He stood in the doorway and looked at me like he wanted the old life back. I watched him pack and I felt free. Not joyful, not happy, but free. People ask if I felt guilt. Sometimes, especially when I pictured him at his lowest. But then I remembered the photos. I remembered how small and ugly I felt when Vanessa had the audacity to send them. I remembered the years of excuses. Accountability doesn't feel good, but it feels right. After it was over, I changed the locks. I cleared out our shared accounts. I filed for separation. The neighbors probably whispered. Some friends picked sides. Some didn't speak to me for weeks. But most of all, I learned how quiet my life could be without secrets screaming in my ear. I started small, long walks, nights reading on my own couch, cooking things I liked. I slept without waiting for his footsteps. I smiled without meaning it at first, then meaning it more and more. I won't pretend it was a fairy tale ending. They lost jobs. I lost a marriage. But I didn't lose myself. I stood up. I made the hard choice. I took control of a situation that was trying to control me. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications because I have so many more true life stories to share with you. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. And if you are ready for another dramatic story, click this video right here.